Gemini, this is EJ with your daily reading for March 10 of 2025. We have milk and honey and higher power. So let's go ahead and talk about milk and honey. Milk and honey is it's like a time in your life that you're going to be entering into something enjoyable, something that everyone wants to experience, right? And I feel like you're going to be entering into a sweet time in your life where you're going to be able to enjoy those things and really get a taste of prosperity and abundance and really trusting that your needs are being met. And it's an exciting time, right? There is an exciting time here's the thing though, the prosperity of it all is something that's going to be very authentic to you. So it's only going to be something that is true and meaningful to you. So it's going to be different for everybody, right? But I feel like you're really in alignment with the truth and that you are a unique person. And that, I just feel like now you're going to really wanting to seek the truth of any situation, right? And you're really wanting to find direction, right? And when you do that, I feel like you open a time of like a sweet time in your life where you're going to be tasting that milk and honey, right? Where you are going to see the rainbow, where you are going to see good opportunities come in. With every choice that you make from now, you'll have a potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny, okay? Opportunities are going to lead you to live your best life, okay? So be open to them because you're getting that sweet taste that you've always wanted, whether it be in relationship and finance and business and your jobs and life in general. It just looks like you're coming to a time in your life where it's not like you're coming to your senses, but it's more of you being awakened, right? Awakened and seeing the unlimited possibilities and opportunities that surround you. And I feel like these are the times that you're really going to embrace, okay? But I feel that we can't get there if, again, your energy level is low. We need to, raise our vibration and think positive and really be honest with yourself, right? Like really ask the questions of what's important to you and document that and really look at that, right? Like just sit with it for a while and be like, is this something that I truly desire? Is this what I really want in life? What am I looking for? How, not just short term, but long term. Because a lot of times, we're like, we get desperate, right? And we're like, whether you need a job, right? Oh, I want a job. And then you land a job, but it's just a job that pays the bills. You want something that you truly desire, something that makes you happy, something that, you enjoy going to each and every day. Let me take a quick drink here. So I feel like with milk and honey, you are going to start to see those rainbows. You are going to start to see clear. And it's going to start with being real with yourself, whether it's in a situation you're in, a relationship you're in, a job you're in, a career. That's where it starts, okay? So it's like being very vulnerable with yourself. And that is the hardest thing to do, especially if you're like me, where I don't really like to express myself a whole lot to someone else. I will share my experience, and that's only to you, but that's not to a lot of people. So I kind of keep things guarded. So if you're like that, that's really hard for you to really be true and be open and be vulnerable with your own self because it's scary. But know that with that, it leads you to be more authentic and more open, and then more opportunities that are surrounding you. Now let's go ahead and talk about higher power. Now higher power is, again, it's like it's manifestation, right? It's what energy do you possess today, right now, as you listen to this? Is it high vibration, or is it low, or is it just so? Well, in order to get what you want, we have to use your higher power. And in order to that, you have to raise your vibration. Yes, it is hard. And I'll have to share with you one thing that I started doing. And if I wish I can find the video. If I do, I'll try to remember to link it. But it is tapping. It literally helps you just tap in your, pressure points. And there's this doctor that, I don't remember his name. He's a Chinese doctor that's on YouTube. So you can literally do what he's doing. And I just tried it just to try it. And I can't tell you and that I was impressed. I was blown away by just tapping, how it made me feel. And so I feel like maybe you need to try something that is going to allow you to be open and be able to see things, okay? Now, I feel like this card is reminding you that you are more than just a person trying to get ahead and make things happen, right? For yourself and for others. I mean, you have the gift, you have the higher power, you have the source to make this happen, as long as you connect with spirit, right? Whether it be through prayer, meditation, however it might be for you and how you make things happen in your life. I feel like that needs to be wholeheartedly authentic to what it is that you want. But I feel like, again, raising your vibration is definitely going to help you, because I notice when I'm in my high vibration, my higher self, I more attract more things. So I am more alert and more aware and more motivated. So I feel like that's the first place you need to start, right? Is not only being vulnerable with yourself, but raising your vibration as you're doing that. And I feel like things will then start to flow, right? Prosperity will start to flow through you with ideas, with inspiration, with happiness, with, motivation, and all of those things that your higher power will lead you to those things to move you in the direction that you need to move towards to get that success, right? To embrace these opportunities. But now is the time to really examine what type of energy you're putting out, what type of energy are you giving, right? I've noticed lately, and I don't know if I'm not an astrologer, but I know that there's something going on with the universe, the planets, and what have you. But I've noticed that I have just I wake up motivated, ready to conquer the world, and then by the evening, and I don't know if it's because I'm a double Gemini, I'm thinking all the time, right? And I'm always thinking. Then all of a sudden I'm realizing my situation, and then it brings me down, and then I'm trying to figure things out instead of just releasing it. And that's why I started tapping. But this is what I'm saying. This is that's just an example. And I'm only sharing that because I know some of us, we need that little push or that little guidance to help you navigate, right? And figure out, well, how do I get there? Because I didn't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know that tapping was even a thing. And just a really quick story, I went to see my doctor who actually is my primary doctor, who practices natural medicine. And she was just giving me some vitamins and stuff. And we started talking, and she's asked if I ever did tapping. And I'm like, what is tapping? What is that? I never heard of it. And then she told me. And then I came home and I looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, what in the world? This is mind blowing. And so I never knew that. And that's why I share stories with you, because maybe you don't know that, right? But I tried it because I was so tensed in my neck and shoulders, and I tried it, and I kid you not, I felt light. I felt like there was no burden, there was no heaviness in my shoulders or my neck. There was no pain. It was mind-blowing. So that is something I'm starting to get into and introduce into my daily routine. And maybe that's something that you need to do, or meditate, or yoga, or whatever it might do for you, okay? So those are just things that I'm sharing with you that help me. But I feel like right now, Gemini, Spirit is your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never ever desert you, and it will always be there, okay? And you have to remember that is your sacred partnership to you and your higher self, your higher power, God, the universe, angels, whoever you trust, right? And I feel like right now this is what we need to do. We kind of need to, number one, be authentic with ourselves, be vulnerable with ourselves, ask ourselves those questions, those tough questions, right? And then really come with one, come into one with yourself, because I feel that, again, this is really, really hard to do, and we need to let go of whatever is limiting us, right? Whatever, like I shared with you how I woke up, motivated, ready to conquer the world, and then all of a sudden I went spiraled down, and I was like, what is going on with me? Why am I feeling this? Why am I thinking about these things? I don't want to think about these things. Well, I have to release it so that I don't come back to my memory, right? Release it out into the universe so that the universe can deal with that and I can be done with it, right? So those are things that I'm learning to navigate through my life, and I'm sharing that with you so that it'll help you. And hopefully it does. But know that you're going to be coming into a time of great abundance, joy, and prosperity. But it comes with a little bit of a change, right? With you, of being more vulnerable with yourself. Not with people per se, but with yourself. Let's take that hard shell off, that armor, and let's hang it up for a second and just breathe, meditate, release, and receive. That's key. Okay, so I hope that this was insightful. As always, thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.